Hello, good morning. Yesterday we have learned up to prime coat, tack coat, seal coat. Just we had started surface course. Okay, very good morning. Today we will continue from surface course. It is the layer directly in contact with the trophic loads and generally contains superior quality of materials. They are usually constructed with dense graded asphalt, concrete, AC. Since it comes directly, there will be friction between the wheels of the vehicle and the aggregate that is provided at the surface course. Therefore, they should be hard enough to sustain the friction. That's why superior quality of material is used at the surface course. It provides characteristics such as friction, as I already mentioned, smoothness, drainage, etc. Also, it will prevent the entrance of excessive quantities of surface water into the underlying base, subbase, and subgrade. It must be tough to resist the distortion under traffic and provide a smooth and skid resistance riding surface. It must be waterproof to protect the entry of water from the surface to the subgrade through base and subbase courses, so that these layers and materials within these layers will not become weak. Binder course. This layer provides the bulk of the asphalt concrete structure. Its chief purpose is to distribute load to the base course. The binder course generally consists of aggregates having less asphalt and does not require quality as high as the surface course. Quality as high as the surface course. So, replacing a part of the surface course by the binder course results in more economical design. Base course. The base course is the layer of material immediately beneath the surface of binder course, and it provides additional load distribution and contributes to the subsurface drainage. It may be composed of crushed stone, crushed slag, and other untreated or stabilized materials. So base course is just below the binder course, and it provides additional load distribution and contributes to the subsurface drainage. It may be composed of crushed stone, crushed slag, and other untreated or stabilized materials. Next, subbase course. It is a layer of material beneath the base course, just below the base course or immediate to the base course, and the primary functions are to provide structural support to improve the drainage and reduce the intrusion of fines from the subgrade in the pavement structure. If the base course is open graded, then the subbase course with more fines can serve as a filler between subgrade and the base course. A subbase course is not always needed or used. For example, a pavement constructed over a high quality stiff subgrade may not need the additional features offered by a subbase course. In such situations, subbase course may not be provided. Okay. Subgrade. The topsoil or subgrade is a layer of natural soil prepared to receive the stresses from the layers above. Means it is the base over which Sub-base course, binder course, prime coat, tack coat, seal coat will exist. So it is essential that at no time soil subgrade is overstressed. It should not be overstressed. It should be compacted to the desirable density near the optimum moisture content. Rigid pavements. Rigid pavements have sufficient flexural strength to transmit the wheel load stresses to a wider area below. Compared to flexible pavement, rigid pavements are placed either directly on the prepared subgrade or on a single layer of granular or stabilized material. Since there is only one layer of material between the concrete and the subgrade, this layer can be called as base or sub-base course. This is provided so as to enhance the life of the pavement for a longer term. Even without base or sub-base course also, directly cement concrete pavements can be laid over the prepared subgrade. You see, you can see here cement concrete road, how they are constructing. Whatever you are seeing these bars, they are known as dowel bars. Dowel bars, in order to connect the two panels. This is one panel and another panel. So as to connect them, dowel bars are used. It is not reinforcement provided for the cement concrete pavement, only to connect the two panels together. Because unlike bituminous concrete pavement, we cannot lay the cement concrete pavement road for whatever we want, width, length. It has to be a standard specification to be followed to cast the cement concrete slab. Therefore, normally they will be of say 3 meter to 4.5 meter slab. Like that, depending upon the width of road, number of lanes to be provided for the cement concrete road, it is decided. These are all standard specified values should be used. So this is prepared subgrade, drainage layer, then sub-base course or base course with the dry lean concrete, and paving quality concrete PQC is used at the surface in case of cement concrete pavement. Pavement materials. Now we will start with actually pavement materials. The background, why pavement materials are required and why they are to be tested. So as to understand that concept behind, we have seen there are two types of pavements, flexible pavements and rigid pavements. In case of flexible pavements, these are all the various problems we come across. So as to overcome that, such good material should be used. Similarly, in case of cement concrete pavement. Now, we will study soils. Pavements are a conglomeration of materials. These materials, their associated properties and their interactions to determine the properties of the resultant pavement. Thus, a good understanding of these materials, how they are characterized and how they perform, is the fundamental to understand the pavement. The materials which are used in the construction of highway are of intense interest to the highway engineer. Subgrade soil. Soil is an accumulation or deposit of earth material derived naturally from the disintegration of rocks or decay of vegetation that can be excavated readily with the power equipment in the field or designated by gentle mechanical means in the laboratory. The supporting soil beneath the pavement and its special undercourses is called subgrade. Undisturbed soil beneath the pavement is called natural subgrade. undisturbed soil beneath the pavement is called natural subgrade. Compacted subgrade is the soil compacted by controlled movement of heavy compactors. You see here how they are doing in the field. Soil types. We have already studied under geotechnical engineering. Just we will have glance about it. We will not go in detail about all. That you yourself can understand the wide range of soil types available as highway construction materials have made it obligatory on the part of the highway engineer to identify and classify the different soils. Broadly, the soils types can be categorized as laterite soil, red soil, desert sands, alluvial soils, clay including black cotton soil. The size for different gravel, sand, silt, clay, etc. are being given in this table. Next, gravel. These are coarse materials with particle size under 2.36 mm with little or no fines contributing to cohesion of materials. Murum. These are products of decomposition of and weathering of the pavement rock. Visually, these are similar to gravel except presence of higher content of fines. Here, content of fines will be more than gravel. Likewise, silts. These are finer than sand, brighter in color as compared to clay, and exhibit little cohesion. When a lump of silty soil mixed with water, alternately squeezed and tapped, a shiny surface makes its appearance. Thus, dilatancy is a specific property of such soil, that is silty soil. Clays. These are finer than silts. Clayey soils exhibit stickiness, high strength when they are dry, and show no dilatancy. Black cotton soil and other expansive soils exhibit swelling and shrinkage properties. Paste of clay with water when rubbed in between fingers layer leaves stroin which is not observed for silts. Tests on soil. Subgrade soil is an integral part of the road pavement structure. As we know, it provides the support to the pavement from beneath. The subgrade soil and its properties are important in the design of pavement structure. The main function of the subgrade is to give adequate support to the pavement, and for this the subgrade should possess sufficient stability under adverse climatic and loading conditions. Means subgrade is to give adequate support to the pavement, therefore it should possess sufficient stability under adverse climatic and loading conditions. Therefore, it is very essential to evaluate the subgrade by conducting tests. The various tests used to evaluate the strength properties of soils may be divided into shear test, bearing test, penetration test. Shear test you have already conducted in geotechnical engineering, direct shear test, triaxial shear test, vein shear test, etc. Bearing test, CBR. Penetration test, CBR. This is plate load test, bearing test. Penetration test is one of the test which is conducted, CBR test. Now California bearing ratio test. We will see in the next class. Is it not so? Today it is sufficient. So please go through once this literature of whatever we have learnt up to today's class, that is second class. We will take in detail California bearing ratio test in the next class. Thank you very much.